think with all the education out there, which is extremely important, uh, for the longest time I didn't recognize, I guess, what possibly was wrong with me. Well, physically, I've had a few of my body parts replaced. That helped out, obviously.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jamie, and welcome to our Remembrance Week series, Beyond the Call, where we spotlight the personal journeys of veterans and first responders as they navigate life after service. This series isn't about ranks or deployments, it's about what comes next, the healing, the challenges, the growth, the reconnection that happens beyond the uniform. Today, we're joined by Stewart, who has generously offered to share part of his journey, and not just where he's been, but where he is now and what he's learned along the way. Stephen, thanks for joining us. And one of the things we hear often at Spartan Wellness is that the end of service isn't really the end. It's the start of a completely new chapter. So for many, that new chapter can be pretty challenging. What was the transition like for you when you released from the military, and what was the biggest challenge you faced during that time?
So when I released, I was only discharged by my own will, obviously. Uh, when I was in, I had incurred a number of injuries, and therefore it kind of uh, cut my service short, I must say. And it was incumbent upon me to find a life after the military, in that I had to find another job essentially, because when I got out, there wasn't a whole lot being offered uh, to be reintroduced to society, I guess you could call it. So I applied to a federal government position, and I got out of my own accord before I was essentially put out of the pasture, and I ended up doing another 24 years with that department, and retired a couple of years ago.
Oh, you did another 24.
Yeah, so I did 35 and a bit. Yes.
Holy crap,
Yeah.
Stephen. That's a lot of time, buddy.
Yeah, it went by very quickly. It really did.
Yeah,
Um,
I
yeah,
haven't met many people that have done that much time.
yeah. And when I realized, I think after my 34th year, I said, "Oh my goodness!" I said, "I can retire. I can retire," and I was ready. I transitioned into a correctional officer job, so I worked in a prison here in Kingston, a few different prisons. So it was time. It was time when I realized it was time. It was time. Yes.
That's quite
I,
amazing.
it was a struggle at times, physically, anyways, and mentally, but I persevered and did it. Yes, but
Yeah.
I can attribute a lot to my military service as the reason for being strong enough to do that. To be quite honest with
Yeah, I understand. I understand, man. Stephen, we've had the honor of walking alongside many veterans and first responders in their journey towards recovery and reconnection. Now, with that in mind, how has your understanding of wellness, mental or physical or emotional, changed since your time in the service?
you. I think with all the education out there, which is extremely important. Uh, for the longest time, I didn't recognize, I guess, what possibly was wrong with me. Um, I was an introvert. Uh, I isolated myself. I've been married a couple of times, and it took me a while to understand that there was more to just my physical well-being that uh, was an issue. A lot of it was mental, definitely.
I felt the same way. I mean, when I came home from Afghanistan, I struggled to go outside the door.
Hmm.
If it wasn't
Yes.
for my girlfriend, who's my wife now, I don't know if I ever would have went out, man.
Hmm.
It's hard to explain to somebody, isn't it? You know, it's
It
just
is.
a struggle.
it's my home is where I feel safe.
Mhm.
I live in the country, so
Oh,
I don't have people around me. And like I said, my home is my safe place. My property is my safe place, definitely.
yeah. I love the country. I'm from Newfoundland, and I'm living in Edmonton now in the middle of the city because my wife wanted to move back, and I think I got her convinced. I don't know if we're going to stay here much longer, Stephen. So we'll see,
It's
because she loves the country too.
yeah.
Excuse me. Stephen, what were some key moments or decisions that helped you move toward recovery or healing?
Um, well, physically, I've had a few of my body parts replaced. That helped out, obviously.
Okay.
Uh, yes, with perhaps more to go. Time will tell, obviously. With the mental side of it, or the psychological side, or however you want to refer to it, with post-traumatic stress. Um, like I said, I didn't know what was wrong with me, and it took me a fair amount of time to realize what was going on. And having worked in another department, which is fairly violent, and very stressful, it came a time where I said to myself, yeah, you need some help.
Mm,
And I did receive help. Um, will that ever fix me? Uh, I don't think it will. It allows me to cope, and it allows me to have somewhat of a positive quality of life, more so than if I hadn't gotten any help.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, Stephen, you're obviously doing something right because I don't. Doing what we're doing right now isn't easy, is it?
No, it wigs me out
No,
a
it's
little bit.
not, right?
Yeah.
So, congratulations on doing that because it's not easy doing these things, doing the videos and stuff, right? So,
Yes.
I think you are moving in a positive direction, if I can say that.
Yes, and I find that as I get older, if it makes anything, I'm a little bit more emotional
Yeah.
about things, very much so. And all one can do is strive to improve your quality of life, and try to maintain it for sure.
Yeah. Wise words, buddy. Wise words. Stephen, what does life look like for you today?
Well, it's miserable, damp, and cold in Kingston, and that's when I hurt the most.
Here you go.
So uh, today's a good day. Went for physio today, trying to take care of myself. And it's every day is the weekend for me, so it doesn't really matter whether the weekend's coming up or not. So
Yep.
um, I yes, as we said in the military, we soldier on,
I hear
and
you.
we just try to do our best. I mean, I've spoken to people that were never in the military, and quite frankly, will never understand what it would have been like to be in the military, with the camaraderie, um,
Yep.
just a tight, close knit group. Um, it doesn't matter what trade you are. The end result is, you're there for one another.
The one thing I miss the most about the military, just being around. I was going to say the fellas, but no, I've met some great girls too in the military who
Absolutely,
are a lot tougher than most men that I've met, right? So, yeah,
absolutely, 100%.
I miss being around people in the
Yeah,
military.
yeah. The
It's
social
almost
inter.
like their family, you know. They
Yeah,
are family,
yeah,
and you're not wearing a mask. That's why I always call it with PTSD. You go out and around, and the wife gets me to go out to certain places, and I feel like sometimes I'm wearing a mask. I'm saying what I needs to be said, and I just wish there was some veterans around because there's that sense of humor I find that veterans have. That you can crack that joke that might be a little not right in civilian world, but it's sure funny in the trench world,
yeah,
right?
yeah. And they understand, right?
And they
They
understand
understand. They understand.
exactly.
They can relate. Yeah.
Yeah. How have you reconnected with your purpose, with family or community in this new chapter?
I I would like to say that I'm close, really close to my family in that I have 8 grandkids,
Whoa.
and I had 3 children, not children, adult children, um, and unfortunately, the issue that I have has kind of alienated me from them,
Mm.
which is which is unfortunate, definitely. Um, but I'm trying my best to be the best grandfather that I can be, and to be the best father that I can be, given the circumstances. Um,
Mm.
and that's one of the things that I hate about this, um, is the alienation and pushing people aside that are very important to you.
Yeah. Sometimes with PTSD, we hurt the ones that are closest to us.
Yes, yes, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's hard for them to understand as well. They do
Oh,
understand
sure.
to some degree, but um, you really can't. You don't get it unless you get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When I first came home from overseas from Afghanistan, my kids were really young, and I tried to protect them from it, and I spent more times hiding away from them than I did with them because I'm trying to protect them. But I come to learn that kids are smart, man. They are smart, and they'll figure it out. So I found my experience, the more honest I was with my kids, the more of a tool they became to help me. Right, like my kid, I had at the time my son Cody was 8. He learned grounding techniques and breathing techniques so he could do them with me. Right, just
Yeah,
as an example, they're amazing, and to have all those grandkids around you, buddy. I mean, if that's not a reason to keep pushing hard, I don't know what is. Good on you, buddy.
it is. It's interesting for sure because it's a lot going on at once, right? So it's you get really anxious because
So,
they're young
Stephen, let's.
and
Oh, sorry, I'm
sorry,
about
they're
to
young
interrupt.
and that's fine. They're young and they're busy, so there's a lot going on.
That's true. That's true. Especially with the internet now, right, and the phones and everything.
Absolutely.
So, Stephen, let's say there's somebody watching this here video that we're making, and they just released from the military, they're getting out, and they're struggling. Anything you can say to them?
Yeah, I can say there's definitely life after the military. Um, you've gotten some of the best training in the world. You've got probably some of the best discipline that you'll ever have. You've learned a lot. You've met a lot of good people, a lot of good friends. You've worked as a team, um, but the end result is help yourself. Help yourself by getting help if that's what's required. Um, Stay busy. Don't alienate yourself. Try to live life as best you possibly can. It's not all roses. It's never going to be all roses, but embrace your good days because you'll have bad days and you'll have great days. But as long as you're having more great days than you're having bad days, life's good.
That sounds like words from somebody with experience on it. Stephen, Remembrance Day is coming up soon now, and with Remembrance Day coming up, can you tell me what Remembrance Day means to you?
Well, I'll let you know where I go for Remembrance Day. I go to Ottawa and I go down to the Cenotaph on Wellington Street. And what's it mean to me? It's a day of reflection. It's a somber day, to say the least. Um, and like I say, I get more emotional about it as I get older. Um, you've got people that have never gotten to live life, um, and they sacrificed it for this free country that we live in, um, where we can walk. and talk and do what we like, within the rule of law. And that sacrifice is huge. It's the mothers, the fathers, the sisters, the brothers, the aunts, you know, that suffered as well because their loved ones didn't come back. Um, and we've been in, our most recent one, Afghanistan. Um, and just, uh, yeah, it's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice. It's a selflessness. Um, and it's the hard work um, that soldiers, and sailors, and airmen conduct and have done. It's an important day for me in that uh, it's an emotional day. It really.
It can be tough on that day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen, man, you got a way of putting words by that just gets me going. I really enjoy talking to you, and thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today. I really enjoy talking to you, man. I don't know. It's almost like I've known you for years, and I just make it today.
It's my pleasure speaking to you, and thank you for your service.
Cheers, buddy. Cheers.
I do appreciate that.
Um, and to those who are watching, if you or someone you care about is struggling with transition, recovery, or reconnection after service, please let us know, and please know you're not alone. We're here to help. Visit SpartanWellness.ca to connect with our team and explore the support available to you. And remember, great things happen together.